FOMC meeting day, but just to show you, this is my scarlet letter. This is to show everybody that I had some association with, yes, that's right, MF Global. Not directly, but indirectly, my clearing firm was under MF Global. So basically, I was one of those guys that supposedly had securitized monies at MF Global where they weren't allowed to tap into it. Well, when they got levered out 40 to 1, basically what they did is they went in and tapped into some of those securitized guys. Well, the only way that you came out of this unscathed really is if you were that guy that got the margin call the night before and said, you know, you're on margin, basically meaning all the money in your account, your position outweighed that. So you went over your limits. If anybody had any position under that, like me, usually going home flat, that money is offset in that whole scheme of things because they tapped into everybody's account. That $700 million that got lost in the mix, some of my money is in there too. So a lot of guys down here really are hurting because, you know, with the way that the system is right now with the banking, why would you have your money in the bank when you could have it in here where it's supposedly going to be safe, and use that as margin for leverage trading so that you can trade bigger size and stuff like that. But well, what happened with MF Global is they got really into this European debt thing, and however they had a hedge, their spreads really blew out with all these rumors that we've been hearing about when Guardian came out, when all these different Merkel Sarkozy rumors came out. Everything still got blown out of whack, and these guys were the ones that really got hurt in that whole mix. All right, basically a lot of these people are going to have to wait years and years before that money will be returned to them. If they will get any of it back, nobody knows. At this point, we're just told whatever position you had, that money's carried over. You can flatten out your position and you'll have that in your trading account to lever and to use as margin. All right, on to the FOMC. Today is the big meeting. Bernanke's going to talk. There's a ton of speculation. They've been tight-lipped. Nobody's talking about really what they're going to say. So the speculation is QE3 coming down the road. That might be. They're saying that they don't like the way that the unemployment rate's not coming back down. All the jobless numbers are showing that, you know, really there's still a lot of claims out there. Nobody's really getting hired along the way. So it's quite possible the biggest thing coming out of this today is going to be what their statement is, how the FOMC voters are voting, whether they're still in Bernanke's side or if they're just starting to jump ship, worried about inflation and all other kind of things coming down the road. Anyway, let's get on to trading. Stock S&Ps. S&Ps, you know, yesterday, last couple of days, it really had that big sell-off, even though it gave us October, the biggest winning month in the S&P or the Dow's history. That was a huge rally coming out of September with those September lows and stuff like that. October was huge. November's not been so good with all the rumors and everything else, and you know, Greece now coming out saying they don't know if they're going to follow through with what they said. You know, it's still all touch and go. The market's getting really weary of that. You're going to start seeing that reflected in all the other markets. Gold, we got gold trying to bounce up against that 1750 area. Can't get through there. If it gets through that 1750, which you might even see today, depending on what the statement is coming out of the FOMC on how they're going to react with their future moves, with whether it be quantitative easing or some kind of new thing that we haven't heard about. But you probably could see that 1750 really get tested today. If they come out with QE3, 1900 is right on the radar screen. All right, tell you what, I'll see you next Wednesday. You've been in the zone, the CMZ zone. Been good.